Two-step, then I bring you right back.
Hello, hello. Whitney, good evening. I see YouTube is starting off on a very irritating foot in that it was already dropping frames like a fiend unnecessarily. Just like right at the beginning of the stream. I just watching frames just get abandoned. So I have bounced my connection in hopes that that will improve things. Priestess, good to see you as well. And the perfect duo in that, so I was planning on doing community bits for both of you today, but work has proven to be a whole adventure yesterday and today, so I didn't think I had it in me to sit down and work in Unity. So I was like, you know what? We'll go back to Evil Within so I can shoot some zombies. Because I just, I didn't have it in me. So we'll get to them soon enough, I promise. I've been at least considering possible plans for them. But we'll see how it works out. It'll be a bit of an adventure. So that's what's up. Now, without much further ado, yeah, it has been a rough start to the week. The whole ordeal sort of began when, like, out of the blue, our current client for the project that I work on, just like totally out of nowhere was like, okay, well, now we're gonna start rolling down the team. And we're like, you're gonna start doing what now? And like, they haven't made any proper plans for this roll down. And so they wanted to like slim down how many people were on the project. And we're like, what is happening? Like, and it's been a whole thing. So I was like, as of yesterday, I was going to end up only part-time on this project, which doesn't mean I would be part-time working, because I'm full-time employed by our consulting company. So it's not like I would be without a job if the project concludes or whatever. But it was like, as of yesterday, I was like, oh, I was going to be part-time. And then today, I was like, no, hold on. We've convinced them to keep going for like at least a month. So now I've got like at least a month of being full-time, but there's still a lot of, like, there's additional scrutiny happening as far as, you know, like the hours that are being used, and it's a whole thing. It's not a, like, we understand sort of where they're coming from, but they're making seemingly rash decisions without considering the full implications of things that they're doing. So it's like, it's just so it's crazy. But, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So today I'm just gonna shoot zombies. Hey, Apple, welcome, welcome. This loading screen is strange, because it, like, puts me in the loading screen, but then I have to, like, manually remove myself from the loading screen by interacting with the computer again. A pipe. All right, we're in the Marrows. Bootlets. Weapon parts. What fresh hell awaits? Search for exit B2 in the Marrow to reach City Hall. That light is bright. BEDO3. Does that tell me anything? BECO3.
Seems like things didn't go so well down here either.
You think? Fallen Mobius operative. Full gunpowder. Place feels like it's gonna be a little harder to sneak attack things, because there's a lot of small passageways. Well, you know, I hoped that carries forward, Priest says. It's never too late for a computer to go rogue, but I hope things keep going as they are.
Looks like they were still designing parts of Union in here.
Designing parts of Union in here. To all concerned, with the success of the Moo Center recruitment plan, Union's growth is exceeding projections. STEM pod manufacture has been increased. Union expansion has been drafted and is scheduled for rendering. Due to population growth, the Union environment map will have to be enlarged by 50%. In addition to new residential areas, a farming zone and industrial zone will be added to accommodate job assignments for new citizens. So are we, like, is this just a sort of the Matrix? Like, so were people volunteering to put themselves in pods to connect to this
the whole map of Union?
goofy ass
Used to be so
town of
huge.
Union in here? But, like, to what end? I kind of get the idea that, you know, oh, maybe you're unwell, you're infirm, you have a chronic illness or whatever, so you'd want to jump in here. But, like, what does the company that has escaped my memory for some reason get out of it? Are they selling positions? Are they using them for, like, computational powers? Or, like, they siphoning brain cycles off of them? Are they turned into batteries in true Matrix fashion? Like, what is the end goal here? That's the question. What are they getting out of it? Hey, Scobalts, welcome, welcome. We got the whole gang here. It's good to see all of you. Wow, I have as many handgun bullets as I can take right now. That's remarkable. Oh, right. I can... Is there a reason to open that? I don't know. Because I can shoot that with an electricity bolt, and it'll open it. But, like, why? Mobius. That's the company that I couldn't think of the name. That's what I was trying to think of. What does Mobius get out of it? It's printed here. Mobius. Also, why Why does the eye look so weird? Straight up an upside down L? Or half a staple? A spike of some kind? Why it look like that? Don't know. Hey, goopy. No, not goopy guy. Just regular guy flailing about. Warden crossbow ammo pouch. Well, that sounds promising. I saw a fella behind the door here. Hold on, I can't open this. Well, never mind. I was gonna sneak in and kill him, but apparently I won't. I will do no such thing. Yeah, I don't know why it looks like that. It's very strange. It's like they use it as a standalone icon. Like it's like a steak. Steak and stars? I also saw they used it on the gloves of one of the agents. Like just the steak. Which honestly I had just kind of been assuming it was an upside down L or
emergency lockdown procedures are
when I can't tell what's right side up and upside down, it might have just been an L.
Might as well give it a try.
What's this?
Exit B2.
Oh.
Looks like there's a route.
That's...
As long as it still
I
exists.
see. That's where we're trying to go. Hold on, let me go up here first. I'll get back to that. Like, I wonder if that steak shape is somehow related to the, like, the technology that they're all stuck in. I don't remember what they called it. It's a core and a stem? Did they call it a stem? Which does not particularly speak to me that it's related to a steak of some kind. I would really like to just stomp this guy. Can we just... Aw, damn it, I had an axe again. I have no one to blame but myself. What a tragic loss of an axe. Like, can I just hit? I don't know if this is worth it. Oh, I had not reloaded. Oh, we're still not reloaded. There we go. You know, the lighting on that texture did not look correct. That was some wonky lighting right there. It's like getting shaded in reverse almost. Okay, so I definitely can't just melee guys that are on the floor enough to kill them. Which is kind of annoying that they don't give me the opportunity to backstab guys that are just like laying there that like I know is definitely alive. Like, can we please just assassinate them? There we go. Hey, Sea Weaver. Welcome, welcome.
Of each annex. Stand by. Recreation area emergency lockdown disengaged. Please wait while system reboots.
Can I hide? Have they seen me? I think they've seen me. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Let's bring him up here. Those are bad shots. I don't know if you're dead yet. No, we're just gonna make sure.
Research wing emergency lockdown disengaged. Please wait while system reboots.
Oh, I see what they're doing. This is very uncool. Damn you!
Security Annex emergency lockdown disengaged. Please wait while system reboots.
Well, that'll do the trick. Man, they're really trying my ammo here, aren't they? Ooh, wait, hold on. Does he not know I'm here? Can I sneaky sneak behind him? Oh shit, it's you. Oh, we're definitely gonna blow your ass. Oh god, you jump! How am I here? Why am I here? That's not what I want. Please don't blow up on me. Oh, thank god. She seems confused. That's good. We like that. Confused is good. Come on. You gonna... I set up a lovely little present for you. Don't you want it? Don't you want your gift? Yeah, there you go. You're alive. Oh, God! She's freaking very alive. Good lord. That... Really did not expect her to survive that.
I hope that's it.
Okay, so can I go in these now? Yeah. Better relinquish unto me your goodies. Okay, we're doing great. We're walking across this terrain. Wow, Invisiwald. Cool. Thanks for that. Hey, Kappa. The whole gang's here. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? That's true. We're just missing Phantom. Happy middle of the week, right? God, this week feels like it has been a whole week already. I do not need more of this week, quite frankly. I feel like it has been infinity years. But sadly, tomorrow is but Wednesday, so we'll have to do our best. Okay, so that's where we came out of first. Let's see, is there anything over here? Can't leave any goodies behind. I mean, on an exciting front, at least. It sounds like everybody that has gotten a chance to play the new Elden Ring DLC is like calling it fantastic, calling it better than you even expected. So that's definitely exciting. God, that sucks, Whitney, that you have like a crazy coworker. I am fortunate that my coworkers are all like pleasant to work with. Because if I was dealing with the client being somewhat erratic, while also dealing with, like, a coworker that was just a whole handful. I don't know. That'd be too much, I think. Shotgun shells. Okay. Do we have a map? We do have a map. Oof. I do not envy you, Priestess, doing a job search. I don't envy anybody doing a job search, because it is freaking crazy out there. I do not like the nature of the economy at the moment.
Jesus, the smell.
I don't like how... Oh, that is a poop river. I don't like how many people have to rely on a gig economy that's absolutely the worst kinds of jobs that can exist. I don't like how, well, lots of people in the tech sector are getting laid off. I don't like how companies are just putting up false job postings to look like they're hiring, but are definitely not hiring. I don't like any of these things. Yep, exactly, Priestess. Like, they just lie. Like, they just get on the internet and lie. Yeah, I think last year I think was like a record level of tech sector layoffs. And actually this year, like, already, I think it has exceeded the numbers from last year. So it's not great. No. Get out of here. Damn those shots. There we go. Man, I'm gonna have to get more ammo efficient, because I am not doing a great job here. Yeah, it's wild out there. It's not great. And, you know, I don't have good advice. I wish I had good advice. But, like, it's crazy out there. All it makes me want to do is complain about capitalism, honestly. Yeah, exactly. Let's replace everybody with AI and interns. And it's so frustrating because, like, in an ideal world, it would be great to reduce the overall workload of society by using AI. But, like, the people who are being displaced from jobs, they are not set up to... Like, society isn't just structured to take care of those people. Like, everyone should just be working less. But instead, the already ultra-rich become ultra-richer, and poor people die. So, you know, thanks, capitalism.
So this is the dreaded
Yeah,
gas leak.
it is in fact the
Thanks,
opposite,
O'Neill.
Kappa.
I'd never make it through without this thing.
It's like a maze in here.
I mean, it's a pretty straightforward maze, to be fair.
Flammable. Damn. That means I can't rely on my firearms.
I don't like that. I don't know. Well, so here's the thing, right? It does feel like rioting in the streets is, like, kind of inevitable, but, like, we've had, at least in the US, right, some, like, relatively, like, higher profile, like, circumstances of people, you know, rioting and protesting over, like, serious issues, and, like, nothing happens. So, like, it's kind of a problem. Because societally, protesting is supposed to make any change at all, and it hasn't in recent decades. And that kind of sucks, like, a lot. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually notice, but they did just put me into first person for this, very specifically. So, I think one of the problems with like real rioting is, at the very least in the US, it may come to real rioting, but like I think the body count of like real rioting in the US will be very high, and that is not good. Because like European police have a very different like operating procedure and setup than the US. Like the US's police are functionally militarized groups and are also largely populated by horrible shitheads who are on power trips and are really just looking for a... Hey, rat buddy. Looking for an opportunity to, like, let the bullets fly. So, you know... It would be ideal to avoid...
An electric lock. Damn. Well,
massive rioting, because I think that there would be a lot of casualties, and I would rather that not have to happen. Why won't it let me... Bro, can I... Like, it said I can't rely on firearms. But it's not even letting me... bring out my crossbow. Is it because I had it on explosives, or are they just not even going to let me use the crossbow? It is not a firearm, it's a crossbow, like by definition. What the heck am I supposed to do with that guy? And I have to go that way. You let me use this damn crossbow right this instant. There's a mass migration to different countries. I doubt it. I feel like there would be a challenge for a mass migration to actually effectively occur. Because under the... Yes, the U.S. population is large, and under the current circumstances, like, it's a challenge to move countries. Like, anywhere, honestly. So it'd be very difficult. Well, and the other thing is that it'd be very difficult to see that occur because the people most in need of, like, getting out of the country are those least likely to have the means to do so, right? Because, like, the ultra-rich don't feel inclined to move countries, but they're the ones that can most easily move countries. So it's kind of a catch-22 on that front. Three, 2, 4. We
something.
That is also true, Kappa. Oh, I should turn off my flashlight. Oop, he's coming this way. Yeah, I try to avoid being a doomer, because being a doomer does not help people. And more importantly, on an individual basis, being a doomer does not help you. But it's like, God, it is like, things are not awesome, and that really sucks. And I say things are not awesome, and I come from a very privileged position of being older millennial and, you know, like, established with a job right now. But, like, even I sense the anxiety of, like, I have a job for now, right? It's like, I'm about as well-positioned as one could possibly be to weather stuff, and, like, even I feel a little bit nervous about things. It's this Yahoo here. That guy's crying. As they do. You know, I did see the move to possibly backstab him. I don't think I'd kill it in one backstab. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to try my hand at that. I'm just going to let him be. I'm sorry, it's very dark in this corner, but I can't turn on the flashlight to make sure you guys can see better. You gonna... Yeah, all right. Yeah. For the younger people, oh, hello. Please don't look at me. I don't even know what advice to provide anymore, because I feel like, you know, all of the advice that I got when I was younger just is not valid anymore. You know, the whole, like, oh, keep trying, you'll definitely get a job, make sure you save so you can own a house. Like, none of that shit seems like it is accurate information. Even the, like, advice on how you write a resume is different now, because all of the resumes end up going through a freaking automated system before any human even looks at it. It's like, God.
God, that mask smelled terrible.
Well, to be fair, yes. Not a lot of that was spectacular advice, but just... Well, but, you know, the big things, like, oh, definitely go to college, it'll set you up for success, which for some period of time was true, but has not been true for some time. Thanks to the ridiculous cost of going to school anymore. And the fact that jobs are not guaranteed out of school. You know what I will say? Trade jobs, still a good idea. That one I will say. You can't automate a plumber. Like, you can't automate a plumber. You can automate a welder, I guess. But, like, those jobs are more stable, you know? And they're, like, they're more local. They do something, like, meaningful for people. Like, yeah, trade stuff, I think, is a good thing to consider. That is absolutely true, Whitney. That is... Well, and that's one of those things that may bring about change in, like, the coming decade or two, maybe. I don't know what timeline would really happen, but, like, there is a very significant societal shift in people's attitude towards work. Because freaking boomers, like, built their life out of work. And, like, millennials and onwards are like, well, I mean, essentially we saw the consequences of building your life around your job, and we're like, yeah, that sucks shit. So we're like, nah, my job really isn't like the defining aspect of my life. It's a thing that I'm required to do. I'll try to do other things. Thank you. I'm good. Which, let's be honest, that's why I'm here. Trying to find more interesting things to do with my life than the freaking job shit that I'm stuck in. You know, 9 to 5 and what have you. Email, expansion, and data goals. With success of the new recruitment drive, we are nearing our data goals. Each citizen of Union adds 100 exabytes to STEM storage and processing ability. I knew it! 2 million exabytes of storage are needed to activate the wireless STEM. Given projected growth, we should reach that goal within a matter of months. A wireless STEM will eliminate the need for costly STEM pods and aid us in our goal. Phase 2, total STEM immersion for the general populace. The Unity cerebral chips will serve to mark and protect Mobius operatives from the Phase 2 signal, which will be sent out via STEM's wireless transmitters to all corners of the planet. Okay, hold on. Now we're getting way more than just, like, you know, getting people to come in so that you have more data and stuff. Literally just going to forcibly send out the wireless transmitter across. What is that about? Hold on, let's see. What has Apple said? Boomer roommate bounces back and forth between the whole everybody just needs a bigger bootstrap. Yeah, meaning that he knows the world he made his money in doesn't exist. Yeah, that is really the big dissonance people find themselves in. Because that's one of those things that a certain inflexible mindset can have a very difficult time sort of shaking off that feeling. Did I just go up that ladder? Did I just literally turn around and go back to where I was? Hold on, let me look at the map. Hold on, go back up. I think I did. I wasn't paying attention. I was distracted talking about things and reading messages, and then I think I just turned right around and went back where I came from. I just didn't remember climbing a ladder. It's probably because I went on autopilot. Yeah, exit B2. It's this way. Okay. Yeah. Now it's all becoming clear to me again. Yeah. World's scary. I'm sorry to be, you know, bringing everybody down. This is what I get when I have a hard couple days at work. I get depressed. I don't get depressed. That's using that term too lightly. I get melancholic. And unfortunately, I'm not particularly good at just being happier or presenting a jolly front, because let's be, you know, we're not the jolliest channel anyways. Nobody would call me upbeat, I don't think. It's not my jam. If I were upbeat, I'd probably have a bigger channel. It's true. A little bit of commiseration goes a long way. Well, and I actually kind of recognize that specifically at work, because I keep ending up in meetings with like the leadership team on the project, and like we spend some time being productive and talking about like what we need to do and how we're going to keep moving forward based on the circumstances. And then we spend like 20 minutes just complaining about how bullshit it is that, you know, on one hand, they're telling us to go faster, but then on the other hand, we are incapable of going any faster because, you know, we're already like a couple months, like we have enough releases for like a couple months of work for their testing team to do, but like they're just not going fast enough to like get that work. And like we're reliant on their database team, and like we're trying to get more work for us to keep moving forward with, but we can't actually like work on any of those things because their database team is still hung up doing other tasks. So we're like stuck between these impossible requests of like keeping working, going faster, getting things done by deadlines, and it's like we can't start because your database team. We can't finish because of your UAT testing team. What exactly are you expecting us to do? Like, it's very frustrating.
Hello? Can you hear me? It's Watkins. Watkins, what's going on?
You know, Priestess, I appreciate that, and I think that is accurate, and I think that is probably the highlight of the smaller community here we have. Like, we have the regular folks, right? Like, we got a bunch of people living, like, normal-ass lives, not putting on airs or, you know, I don't know. Some of the VTuber communities are just goofy. And that's fine. It's fine to be goofy. I don't hold anything against them in that regard. But, man, sometimes I just can't go hang out in all of the channels. And we're no target is free from potential. Oh, I probably have to melee this, don't I? Can I? How do I get? I know I need to do something with this, but none of the buttons I have seem to do anything. Oh, here we go. This is where it's open. Yeah, right, Apple. Like that's what it's about. I'm gonna get the hot topics out there that will potentially get people annoyed at me if it ever got out. But like, I really would like the VTuber community to just like chill on the sexuality a little bit. Like, I don't hold it against any individual to put forward that content, but it is inundating. Like on Twitter, or if you go look through any of the, like if you're scrolling through channels, it's just like, good God. Like, look, I like boobs as much as the next individual. Everybody loves boobs, but holy shit, every channel, you just swipe one channel to the next, and it's like, there's a model with huge tits, there's a model with huge tits, there's a model with huge tits, there's a model with huge tits. Like, it's just, it is constant.
Here it is. My way back into Union.
And like, yeah. And then people, the jokes are always that way. The ara-aras. And like, here's the thing. I don't mind an ara-ara. But like, some of them get so like freaking saucy. And it's just, it's all, and here's the thing. I've actually seen a few clips from people who I thought was really cool. So Camilla is a VTuber. I don't watch Camilla like tremendously, but I often see clips of her, and she was definitely a very like sexual joke based streamer to begin with, and her model is very lovely. There's a little bit of an incongruity because she's got some wild ass toggles that will like show the panties on the model, which whatever, it's fine. It's a amusing bit, but like I saw a clip of her which I really appreciated, because she was talking about how, like, her family found out that she does, like, streaming and VTubing, and they were like, oh, can you tell us the channel? And she came to the realization that, like, she really didn't want to tell them her channel because she was like, she just didn't feel proud of the content that she was putting out because it's so sexualized. And she's like, I don't really want my family, like, looking at that. And I was like, I really applaud someone who can, like, recognize that, right? I think self-reflection is huge. I love a good self-reflection and, like, evaluating why you like things or why you do this or why you do that. And, like, thinking, is that valuable? Do I think that's, like, worthwhile? Am I wrong to think this way? Like, those things are so valuable to, like, anybody to just become a better person, a more fulfilled person. Like, it's just a good thing to do. And so I was really appreciative just to see someone addressing that and being like, I was like, I'm not really proud of all of that. And so she's talked about how she wants to, like, tone back on it and feel a little more genuine to herself. And I was like, good on you. I hope that that goes wonderfully. I don't think I have picked up any new slides. Apple, you are absolutely correct. The things that I feel like would be better served being taught in school that are simply not is, like, there's a tremendous number of things that I think people would be better off, like, learning. Well, and that's, of course, one of those discussions that I think is really complicated, right? Because you start running into the situation of people being like, well, that's a parent's job and that's the school's job. And it's like, I don't really care who ends up teaching some of this stuff. All I can say is that I can definitely see that there is a massive, like, lack of understanding about a lot of things after people are coming out of school, like logic, media literacy, internet safety, right? Like, that's a huge thing that has just not been kept up with at all. Like, nobody is really getting a effective learning in like how to operate in society. The only thing that people are getting taught in school is, like, math. Like, that's I don't know. There's a lot that could be getting done better on that front, I think. But I don't have any kids, so I guess, what do I care? I do care. I just don't have a particularly direct relation to the circumstances. What do I want to do? Health recovery speed increased. I probably don't need that. Do I want to go faster? I could get more endurance. Running is pretty good. Yeah, we'll do that. Yes. Actually, that's an excellent point too, Priestess. It's just like, which is it. So it's kind of interesting to say because I do have a degree, like, in the STEM field, right? But I agree with a lot of people I've seen who sort of chastise the overwhelming emphasis on STEM as, like, the only education that matters, because I do really think that it has negatively impacted what people are trying to teach, you know, upcoming generations. Because, yeah, trade skills are gone, which is, like, insane, because there's a lot of value in understanding just, like, basic like how do I put things together? How does stuff go together? And like how I make food, right? Like all of this stuff pretty valuable to a person functioning. And the thing is, I feel like what people maybe don't like realize, or particularly the people who are like, school is there to teach them like reading, writing, and math, period, right? I feel like that mindset doesn't recognize the overall benefit of giving young people this sort of breadth of experience in a like a safe learning environment, right? Of like, here's music, here's art, here's, you know, a shop class where you'll build a chair, like here's home ec where you'll learn to make some basic food. And like the benefit that exposing like a sort of growing mind to all of these things to sort of grasp things that they enjoy, right? Like, oh, I really liked this. Like, this is something that really drew me in. But also, like, the connections that go between all of those things. Like, there's sort of an emergent quality to learning lots of these broad things. It helps people, I think. I don't have any studies to prove this, but I would posit, and I would, you know, put forward the idea that this helps people be adaptable, right? They have a better, broader understanding of like life in general. They can tie pieces of experience together of like, oh, the logic of music has sort of connecting logic to other forms of thought, and, you know, putting together a chair helps you understand like some physics, right? Like you'll go in physics and you'll start learning stresses and tensions and forces and how those things interact, and you'll think, I remember when I built that chair and it freaking collapsed the first time I tried to do it, and now I understand why that occurred, and now, like, your overall understanding of things expands, and I think there's benefit to that, and they're just, like, trying to gut all of this because those sorts of people will always just sort of say, oh, well, that's what your family should be teaching you, disregarding the mass swath of people's families who are just, like, incapable of doing it because they're too busy working to try to frickin' feed them, are uninterested in doing it because maybe they're asshole parents.
This must be
Those exist. Or just, like, unable because they never learned. Like, all of this shit matters. Like, what the heck are we doing? Exactly. Like, also somebody who was trained to teach a valuable thing. Oh, an axe. Nice. Anyway, oh boy, we've got some wide-ranging rants today, don't we? We're all over the place. What's going on? What is this? Oops.
It's him.
I'm gonna hide in the bushes. I can't see anything. I am in the bushes.
Shit. What the fuck is that?
Oh, it's like his camera lens. Wow, I'm already at chapter 5. Look at me go.
I can't turn back now.
Whoop, whoop. I don't want to fall into the abyss.
Beautiful day.
A resonance point.
Another beautiful day.
Hello, sir.
Another beautiful day. I can't remember the last time it was overcast or too cold. Always feels just right.
you know, on the subject of complaining about a wide-ranging set of topics, you know what? Let's just roll into the next one. I am so annoyed at YouTube and my inability to, like, reproduce some of the successes I had with my earlier story times. YouTube will just not put that shit in front of literally anyone, and it's driving me insane. Freaking making me go batty. Like, what do you want from me, man? I just don't know. And I mean, it's not like any of them have gotten, like, a rip-roaring success, but, like, you know, a few hundred views, a crumb of views, that's all I ask. a mere crumb. The last two I've put out hasn't even exceeded, like, 20, and I'm like, why? Why? I don't understand, YouTube. I simply don't. And I wouldn't be nearly so annoyed at it if I could see any kind of correlation between things like how many likes did it get, how many comments did it get, and then success. Like, I have seen no correlation whatsoever between those things, and it's kind of irritating. Because I've had some with a very, very high proportion of likes to views, so it's like, oh, like, maybe 15 views, but like 7 of them put a like on it, and it ended up with like 4 comments, I think was one of the recent ones, in that ballpark. And yet, YouTube did nothing with it. And I'm like, do the likes and comments matter or not? I don't know. That's very annoying. I'm sorry to complain about those things, because I know it's uncouth as a streamer to complain about your channel analytics, but the theme of today is complaints, so here we are, you know? On the positive side, though, I did finish recording a little intro, outro, and very small connective bits. The connecting stuff to put together an hour-long set of stories. They're just the stories that I had previously read, but I put them all together. What the snarfling? What the hell are you guys talking about? So on the subject of, do I label it ASMR? So with the stories, the recent ones, I have taken out the term ASMR in the story titles. I have been still tagging it with the tag for ASMR. So I think that should essentially fit the bill, right? Like, hopefully it would end up, if somebody is searching for ASMR, it might come up, but if somebody's not interested in ASMR, it's like, it's not in the title, so hopefully it wouldn't drive them away. Waiting for you. Guy who took Lily, he must have taken this outside that warehouse, waiting for you, so he's expecting me. Yeah, what I did do and have been doing, at the beginning of which I did see some success with, was starting to tag it with audiobook and lean more on the audiobook sort of short story side of it rather than the ASMR side of it. Because I definitely don't do full-blown ASMR, but I also don't necessarily know what to call, like, what I do to sort of let people know like what it is so that they can understand if they're interested or not. I don't know if it has a name. I'm just doing audiobooks, really, but like I don't know. I have a pretty good soothing voice, I guess. Oh, it's this asshole. I have concerns. No, no, no. No, no, no. We're gonna... No, no, no. Ah, my back! Good plan. I'm glad I did that. I was really kind of hoping I was gonna slow him down in the tight confines, and it didn't do jack shit. I'll be honest. Oh. I see. That stays fiery the entire time. Hey, bro. Okay, hold on. I got some ideas now. I got some ideas. Oh, it stopped being fiery. I have regrets. Have I missed out? Can you leak some more gas for me, bro? No, get, there we go. Get the harpoon out, my man. I'm not getting headshots. It might be too much to ask for. No. No. Oh, my butt. All right, how many shotgun shells do I have? Ah, my giblets. I feel like there's a mechanic to this fight that I'm supposed to be thinking about that I'm not. Oh, hold on. I see a trap. Would you like to go through the trap? Okay, I see. How do I get this picture to go? Can I get in there? I can get in there. Oh. Wait, can you not get in here? Oh, now you're in here. Did I do it or am I dying?
Stay down.
I did it. It was a very slow death, but I did it. Huzzah! Yeah, the whole ASMR thing is, it's almost too broad and too narrow simultaneously, right? Because like there's definitely a large portion of it that is the sort of Mike Snarfling crowd, as you call it, which I think is fair. And like that's a lot of them, but also like the term ASMR just like covers too much, because like I mentioned, that's the best term I have for like comfortable book reading style. Like, well, yeah, it's like, I guess we'll call that ASMR too. So it's like, it's super broad in that it covers so much types of content. Like, I don't know what else to call. It's like, oh, well, it's kind of ASMR. It's ASMR. So like it just kind of gets tossed into that bucket. But that's not what people think of first. So it's like, it's technically accurate to call it ASMR, but it's extremely unhelpful to call it ASMR, I guess is what I'd say about it. It's like, well, great. Yeah, exactly. Like, it should, or I guess the question is, like, should it? Like, it would probably be helpful for more of, like, more terms to exist to cover some of this other content more effectively, but it doesn't, and so it all gets bucketed into ASMR, which becomes a soup of a term. But that is the way language works. You can't just will something into existence just because you think it's a term that should exist, right? Like, the buzzword is the buzzword, and you're just kind of on your own. Damn, I didn't think I was doing that well in that fight, but I apparently cooked the shit out of that guy without using half the resources that they made available to me. Boy, I absolutely cooked that guy. All right, well, great. I love that for me. Yeah, but actually, you know, in this conversation, it's kind of made me think maybe I should less lean on the use of, like, the ASMR tag, and maybe I need to start using more like descriptive terms in the description itself, because allegedly that gets searched or whatever. And maybe I should start using terms like comfy or soothing rather than specifically, like, leaning on ASMR as the broad term. Just be like, you know, it's a, you know, soothing voiced reading of blah story. Maybe that will be more effective than trying to bandwagon. Exactly. Raid the thesaurus.
Harrison, right? I'm not one of them.
Who are you?
Don't worry. O'Neill sent me.
I thought I was the only one left.
I'm looking for
You're
the
not
core.
so left right now, honestly.
Is she here?
Second floor, the stable field emitter.
Emitter. Forget about that. I'm here to find the core.
You must turn on the emitter. It will stabilize the environment.
That might be a good
Without it,
idea.
Union will completely collapse. Then the core won't matter. Turn it on.
I wonder if the nature of that eye is going to become irrelevant.
Take this.
Like, if we'll learn something about it as we've
Turn on
been
the emitter.
learning more of the plan of these assholes to, I don't know, hit the entire planet with stem waves, which is a pretty freaking weird thing to do, guys. Miles Harrison gave you his communicator before he died. It can apparently be used to start up the stable field emitter.
Another team member
Apparently.
down. Wish I could have gotten more
Here,
info.
drink.
Don't worry, Lily. I'm still gonna find you.
Soothing, cozy, calming, ominous. Yeah, calming is a good term. I should use that. Also, maybe it would be more effective if I was reading actually calming stories instead of Lovecraft. But I like Lovecraft. It was fun to put together. Relaxing is a good one too. Got to get the vibes in there. Yeah, I should put the term vibes in there. It was fun to put together the 6 stories that I've got for the hour-long video, because that one is designed for people to potentially listen to like go to sleep to, because, you know, a lot of my stories were a little shorter, so I feel like an hour-long one might actually be good for that. And they're all dream-related stories. And it was kind of fun to, like, put them in an order that sort of, like, had an emotional, I don't know, not narrative. Narrative's not quite the right term, but, you know, like, made sense a smooth sort of movement of emotions anticipated out of them sort of thing. It was fun. I liked putting that one together. Yeah, flow. Thank you. Yes, like an emotional flow, which is a little bit challenging when you're working with like very different lengths, but also like individual stories which always sort of have their own arc. And I'm not trying to say that I did it brilliantly, because, you know, but it was fun to sit down, take 6 stories and be like, what order is most effective to tell these stories in if I'm trying to, like, give somebody something to listen to go to sleep. And also, I did leave one of the stories in that's, like, an abject nightmare, so I'm not sorry, but it is funny that it's in there. Expansion efforts put on hold. Retention of original map is paramount. In addition to fracturing of landmass and atmosphere control loss, daylight simulation has also been compromised. Countermeasures for system failures have been established. But receiving reports of previously uncategorized issues, citizens are experiencing memory rewrites. Also receiving reports of unexplained corporal dysmorphia and violent tendencies. Please advise. Oh, well. Things have gone very poorly very quickly for these folks. The heck's down there? I am pleased with myself that I have done a relatively consistent job in recording the stories so that I didn't have to do too much manipulation of audio levels. Because obviously if I'm trying to provide a consistent, like, sleepy time experience, I gotta keep that shit approximately the same volume. I can't have one story suddenly jumping in to blow people's ears out. That will not go well. So I was pleased with myself that there wasn't too much that I actually had to manipulate, because I guess I'd been using consistent settings in previous recordings, and, you know, it's all pretty on point. So I was like, oh, good job, me. Made my life easier. Camera. So yeah, look forward to that. I think I'm probably going to put that out tomorrow. I need to make a thumbnail for it. Interestingly, so I don't know if it was because this video was longer, or if it was just something that they had recently, like, released into YouTube Studio. But this one was the first video that I was uploading that gave me a new option for my thumbnail, which actually was allowing me to upload 3 separate thumbnails. And it would then, like, be able to allow me to judge which thumbnail was performing better. And I don't know why, but I was like, I'm absolutely going to take advantage of that. Thank you very much. I mean, granted, we'll see if I get enough data for it to actually be useful to me, but yeah, A/B testing. I was shocked that it gave me the opportunity. I was like, oh, that's I haven't seen before. So whatever the case may be, if it's just because of the longer video, so they're like, here, you can do this, or if it's just a new thing, I'm definitely going to give it a try to see which one, you know, might work better. Please, for the love of God, get enough data to make this useful, though, because I am, like, desperate for information of that sort, like analytics that I can use to meaningfully make decisions on. I am desperate for it. Roadside picnic? Is that in the public domain? Roadside picnic. Because that's always the challenge, is it's got to be in the public domain. It's written in 1971. So I don't know. Is roadside picnic public domain? It's available free from the author's website and Wikipedia links here. Well, if it's available free... And I mean, if it's available free, it might not be in public domain, but it's definitely in the domain of ask forgiveness and not permission. Oh, it's originally Russian. Interesting. I'll have to see what I can do about that. Hold on. Let me write that down in my stream notes here. Let me pull up my old notepad. Stream notes. Let me see. Reading requests. Because that's I am happy to take requests like that. It's one of the things that sort of like that's a bummer to look at and see as like a small streamer, right? Because you see a lot of the big streamers and what interesting content they can do by, you know, having audience submissions of this or taking their community's requests in this and that way and whatnot. And it's like, I believe you're right, because I think I just saw in my quick Google search people connecting that with the Stalker games. It's a bummer to be such a small streamer and think, gee, I would love to, you know, like have requests from the community, like take community ideas and build them into content and stuff. But it's a challenge when the community is small. So it's like, I can't do a whole stream of, you know, like, oh, here are community submitted videos. Also, I don't love the idea of doing a bunch of React content anyway, because I don't think I react that well. So. Okay, hold on. I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing. We're matching the picture. Yeah, I think that's correct. Do you have a necklace? You do have a necklace. And that's one of the little things that you may not really notice about like how getting a little bit of success can really help build into further success as a streamer or content creation in general, because it's just sort of a perpetual machine, right? Where you get people and then like they can help feed you ideas, and then you like it spirals into more good stuff, right? Yeah, Apple, definitely feel free to toss suggestions. If you're in the Discord, you can throw those into like the stream suggestions as well. Like I am happy to take suggestions that, you know, especially stuff that like, you know, the community might have like tuned into or noticed or like caught wind of, that maybe it's got a really passionate small following of people, because that's where the like big success can come from, or like the building of a grassroots community. Because, you know, the big things like Lovecraft, honestly, despite me also doing Lovecraft, is like Lovecraft is known, so lots of people do Lovecraft. But if you can catch the little ones that like not that many people do, but still people care about, they'll go and they'll search for it specifically. They'll find it and be like, yeah, these are my people, you know? Like there's benefit there. Yes. do it? I don't know if I did it. Oh, you threw a pic of your embroidery? Awesome. I will definitely look at that. I did it. I'm stuck here. Yeah. No worries. I will gladly take suggestions, but it's not as though I do not still have plenty of Lovecraft stories to work through. So I am not dying for content at the moment. I always got something to... I did put a quotes channel in the Discord, thank you very much, because I thought that was a funny idea. Appreciate the art. Speaking of art...
Appreciate the art. Fine. As long as it gets me closer to you, I'll play your game.
Boy, saying that in a different tone would have an entirely different meaning, especially if I wasn't responding to something written in blood. Like, oh, as long as it gets me closer to you, I'll play your little game. Like, that's a totally different conversation. I got a file. According to the KCPD, the body of a woman was found in Crimson City Park this morning. The victim has been identified as Emily Lewis, an aspiring model and actress. Her head has yet to be recovered, but examination of personal effects found at the scene led to the identification. This is the latest in a string of unsolved homicides of a similar nature. Lieutenant James Van Kirk of the KCPD Homicide Division held a press conference where he confirmed our worst suspicions, that Crimson City may be the hunting ground for a serial killer. Emily's longtime friend and photographer Stefano Valentini appeared heartbroken at the news. It's a terrible thing that happened to my lovely model. At least I was able to capture her essence forever before it was destroyed. That's a sus statement.
I remember this. Still a cold case.
Have I sufficiently appreciated the art yet? Oh, nope. I can get to this one. Oh. Okay, I think we appreciate it sufficiently. Yeah, I haven't watched the Nintendo Direct, but I think I've gotten the highlights from, you know, seeing clips, seeing people sort of put forth the big ticket items and stuff.
That's Lily.
It's amusing to me to see. Maybe the most talked about that I've seen is the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff, or the Marvel vs. Street Fighter and stuff, because like passionate fighting game community really been underserved for a while on that front. It's fun to see how excited they are about that. Fighting games have never been my cup of tea. I'm not one for direct 1v1 confrontation style games. I don't really love it. I know that degree of competition does not make me feel emotionally good. It's distressing one way or the other, and so I don't love it. Nonetheless, cool to see. Well, yeah, I liked Smash Brothers. I always kind of put separately because it was always more of a like party game than a fighting game. Like I got a lot of practice playing Smash Brothers in like bigger group situations, and I was always a fan of like keeping items on and stuff. I didn't play it tournament style. I played it chaos style because I thought that was more fun. And so I really was only able to win a tournament at Smash Brothers simply because I had gotten a shit ton of practice. playing with lots of people. Never with, like, a real intentional, like, training or anything. I just goofed around till I got good. See, I never really played any of the Mortal Kombat games. Well, I also had younger reflexes at the time, but to be fair, my reflexes are still pretty damn good, all right? Gaming helps keep you sharp. It does. The Mobius agent in the lobby of City Hall turned into another frozen display. Poor son of a bitch. If he wasn't dead before he got thrown off of there, he will be if he ever lands. Oh, wait. If he wasn't dead before he got thrown off of there, he will be if he ever lands. There it is. Oh, you have a... Okay, having a like an old cabinet, that's pretty sick. I always like the idea of having like a arcade cabinet or a pinball machine or whatever, but I enjoy newness, like new experiences of games and things too much. So like I am simply not attached enough to any single game to have. And that's kind of what I was getting at, Kappa. It's like I'm just not passionate enough about a single thing to like dive into having it. Because like it would simply go unused. Like it'd be cool to have, but like I just wouldn't play it. Because I'd be like, yeah, I've played it, so I'm done. That's just the way I enjoy things. I do that to music as well. It's like I like new music, and then I listen to it for a while, and I'm like, now I'm jonesing for a new hit of different music to like strike my fancy. I can't just listen to the same stuff over and over again. It's true for games, it's true for music. It's just how I sort of partake in media. The X-Men arcade game would be pretty cool. I definitely have some nostalgia with the X-Men arcade game because I remember playing the X-Men arcade game at the local skating rink back in the olden days. Did Castlevania actually come on cabinets, Seaweaver? I don't think I had ever seen one, but I never, like, looked for one, so I don't really know. Did the color change? You did color. Chapit said color. What happened to the color? Okay, so there is technically a 1 in 10 chance, I believe, for the color to be the correct color. I think. So you may have hit the 1 in 10 chance that color was the same. Hold on. Let me just random up a new color because I have a button for that. There you go. It's dark as shit. I should use my flashlight so both you and I can actually see. Well, so the reason that color existed, the matching color exists, is because there's actually I also actually have the function of cycling to a random color, based on sound input. So as part of my audio responsive functions that I rarely use on stream, but I use to make my stream starting screens. Thanks for popping it, Seaweaver. Enjoy your lurking. As part of that, I can switch color on bass hits at a frequency of up to 1 per 3 seconds, I think. And so that one will randomly select like 1 out of 10 colors. And so I have original color as one of those colors so that it can potentially be the original color when it's doing that. It does, of course, cause the odd, interaction of when you pick a random color, there is a percentage chance of show it. How I can't show it. I don't have any music going right now. It's just the color changing a lot. Okay, so we clearly have a head here. Oh, now it's an actual head. What? Like all of the different colors? It's like, I mean, I can cycle through all the colors. That's kind of what it looks like. Oh, lordy.
What are
You
these
know,
things?
I got lots of colors. Is that what you're wanting? See? We're back to the original one. I need audio to do an audio reaction of. Like, that's my point. Scrawled messily on some kind of fancy card. Too beautiful to leave in the street, I had to display them. I wish that I could take credit, but it's nice to know that there are other artists in here with me. Hey, Phantom. No Gothic setting? What Gothic setting? What constitutes a Gothic setting? Actually. We do have monochrome. We do have dark mode. Those are two options. Monochrome is pretty goth. We got a couple options. We got a couple options. Dark. Now we're dark and monochrome. Thanks. You know, fun... I think... No, we're still very dark. I was trying to think of what the... You know what? Actually, this one might look pretty funny if you did a inverse of this. I was mentioning it last time because I added a bunch of the new redeems, right? And one of them is to go negative, is the negative color set, which I think would leave this one being a black outlined flashbang as we currently exist with the monochrome. Would be very opposite of dark, however. Although, actually might not be black, because I guess it's gray, technically. Because it's dim white, so it'd be pretty... I think it's going to be blinding, actually. Avert your eyes. It will be blinding. It's 1,000,000% blinding. I have no more discernible features whatsoever. I am simply a white outline now. Well... Here we are. Here we are. It does not get much more flashbang than this.
This has to be the emitter.
You obliterated all goth vibes. We are ungoth. Hey, Leo, how's it going? Boy, we really do have the whole gang stopping in. I'm sorry that I am but a white outline at the moment. I blame chat. I guess. It's not my fault. It is merely a consequence of the features that I have provided chat to mess with the colors tremendously. So, here we are. The thing is, I actually do... this actually pleases me quite a bit, though, simply because it's something I think kind of only my model can actually still even function, simply because I have so much negative space, or blank space, that, like, even as a pure white outline, like, the model still works. You can barely see my mouth, and my eyes are kind of creepy pinpoints. But, like, it still mostly works, right? There aren't that many models, I think, that could continue to function in this sort of situation. So I'm very proud of the fact that read stories like this. It would absolutely be blinding.
Authorization required. Please connect an authorized terminal.
Hey, nice. I hope school
Must mean this community
finished
here.
up nicely for you.
Restart sequence initiated.
I'm jealous of your summer freedoms. I notice a 90-second time limit. I don't love that. Well, here we are. Frozen in place.
Searching for me for so long, so I have come.
Why are you so quiet?
It's not me you seek, is it? No, it's the girl. I should be offended, but how can I be?
Uh-huh.
You're not the only person who wants her power. There is another,
Speak up.
one far more deserving. One who can offer rewards you could never imagine. So sorry, but you've been outbid.
Ayo! Ow!
From you.
Damn!
It's beautiful.
That's
but
upsetting.
not yet finished. I
Oh, hey,
must
dark
be
mode's
found,
off. You can see... Well, no.
and now
What
you
turned
are
off that I...
mine,
Okay.
Art.
Whoa, whoa. My color's going wild over here. What the hell?
Son of a bitch!
Meet my beautiful obscura.
What the hell is that?
Restart sequence.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sequence will complete in 90 seconds.
That thing is stopping the emitter from activating.
Okay. Thanks, I hate it. I should have crafted more ammo than I did. Ever eat a crayon? As far as I know, never ate a crayon. And back to normal. Yay! Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Okay, so what? Can I, like... I can break the lights. Does that help? Okay, come on, man. Thank you. Thank you. Is that helpful? Do I actually want to be breaking those lights in front of them? Are they like flashbang? I think it might have been your game. And I don't know if there's any owls going on. Oh, Lord. I don't know if that did something or not. I heard a noise. Nope. I don't know. I don't know if it's doing anything. It made a sad noise. I like when it makes a sad noise, because it usually means it's sad. Here you go. I got you that. I assume I'm supposed to kill the damn thing. Do I not have any... Oh, Lord. I've made terrible errors. Here, come here, you asshole. Step on that for me. You'd be so kind. Thank you. There's not a lot of resources in here. It is not really giving me the impression that I'm supposed to be killing it. I feel like it would provide me with more ammo if that were the case. What am I supposed to do with it, though? Whoa. It doesn't... I don't know. Do you not like walking through the light bulbs or not? I'm confused. What if I shoot it in its own dumbass light bulb? Is that what the game is trying to communicate to me?
Alright, that got it going. I just
Yes.
have to hold it off until the emitter starts.
Yes.
80 seconds.
Haha. I tricked you.
70 seconds.
Yep. Keep following me, that's fine. You ass. I'm a little unclear on where I'm supposed to be shooting it, though. Ah, my giblets! It does seem like the light bulb. It's just hard as shit to shoot. Jesus, I've been stabbed! Stabs? Stabbed! Hold on, maybe it'll be easier to hit with a shotgun. There we go.
60 seconds.
Ah! Ay, 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 ay.
50 seconds.
We're doing great. Oh. Ah, shit! Oh, it jumps. That's new. Shit! Ah, my shoulder. Ah, it hurts. Hold up. We're trying to lose it. We're trying to lose it. Gotta give it the old ring around the rosy. Let's wait for our health to regen. There we go. I'm not sure if just generally shooting it or if I've got to go for the light bulb. Either way, it's working slowly. I don't have a whole lot more ammo, though. Oh, you know, I probably could just shoot the electricity at him. Thanks for sending those suggestions. I will definitely look into them. If I were to try to read the the larger novella, I'd probably have to do it in, like, chapters, or at least chunks of chapters. Because it's certainly a lot longer than any of the stuff I've been reading thus far. It's on the ceiling! Oh, really? You did not? Oh, he's coming at me. He's coming in hot and fast. Got it. I got it. I'm so low on ammo. Please let this be it.
10 seconds.
He's gonna get a last second one, isn't he? Are you gonna stop it at the last second? No, you're not. Yeah. Stabilize that field or whatever. Make him sad. Make this place slightly more sane. That would be stupendous. This doesn't look stabilized at all.
Stabilization procedure completed.
Great. Saved my own ass. But what am I supposed to do now? If he's gone, he didn't leave Lily here. Where did he take her? Should give Kibben an update about this.
I still appreciate the effort, Whitney. Even if I did look a little bit
Maybe I'll
melty.
get a signal outside.
It is my curse for having made myself so excessively complicated. 62 pages? Still quite a bit more than what I have typically read. But honestly, even at 120 pages, that's probably within still the longer Lovecraft stories that I was looking at. I would expect that a 62 pages is probably relatively close to Call of Cthulhu itself. Because Call of Cthulhu is a longer work that I expect would take about an hour and a half to read. And I bet that 60 pages is in that ballpark. I think it's not unreasonable to read about a page a minute. Maybe slower just because of the cadence of actually, like, reading it out as I do. Let's go ahead and use this. You know what? I shouldn't have used that medical kit, but that's fine. I've got spare ones. Because I bet I'm going to get a chance to drink some coffee here soon. Yeah, I might need more than one part. Although I'm really not sure what length of video YouTube prefers right now. It's really hard to put my finger on it. Because, like, it used to be that you could reliably say, like, 10 to 15 minute videos were, like, king, and that's what YouTube liked to suggest, but I don't think that's true anymore. So I don't know if like an hour long would do better, especially in the sort of audiobook format. Simply because of what a lot of people use audiobooks for, which is like to go to sleep and stuff, and so they like having a longer one. Was it only 30 to 40? All right.
Can't
I
believe
was
these bastards use Lily
I was
like
sort of
some kind
extrapolating
science
based
experiment,
on
and then they have the nerve to send me in to
the
clean
length
their
of
mess.
reading and word
Some
count.
kind of sick
Because I have the
joke.
word count for Call of Cthulhu, which is like 11,000 words, I think, rather than an actual page count. But Lovecraft does have some stories that are even up to like 4 times as long as that. There's like a 40,000 word story he's got. I'm sorry to say, Phantom, that yes, many of us do in fact sleep. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. Hey. It's been a while since I found one of these. Sick. I can break it down into 2 30-minute parts. Depending. But, you know. You know what? I never did go down here. And to answer your question, Priestess, I actually dream very little. Hey, I'm willing to try lots of stuff. Give everything an experiment, at least. I'll look into it, and we shall see. My wife tried to take melatonin to help sleep, and it did not sit well. Like, it did not do good things for her. Possibly the most amusing, like, outcome. Like, it didn't really seem to help her go to sleep any faster. And more specifically, it always made her have to get up in the middle of the night to go pee. Like, every time. It's just like, all right, then, there you go. Deal with that now. So she stopped taking them. I believe we have also heard magnesium might work better. I don't think she's tried thus far, but it's certainly worth a shot. Although she's been sleeping okay lately. See, lately when I've been, like, the last couple times I got sick at all, boy, it did not help me sleep. It would wake me up, like, every hour. Because of apparently I have a weird trait that when I run a fever, I run apparently, like, a wicked high fever. Which, while I'm awake, apparently has, like, no effect on me whatsoever. Like, I didn't even realize I had a fever until I eventually, like, checked it, and it was like, I think it was approaching 103, and it didn't affect me at all. However, when I try to go to sleep, I sweat profusely. Like, that fever comes out in force, and it wakes me up, like, every hour. It's not ideal. That's only when I'm sick. Otherwise, I sleep fine. I don't have any weird problems sleeping, for the most part.
Damn it. Son of a bitch still has Lily.
Oh, interesting.
Now I'm back to square one again.
Mixed with theanine and 5-HTP. Isn't theanine, like, something that's usually in an energy drink mix? That's
About
weird.
time. Patch him through. Sebastian?
I could just be wrong.
Are you there?
Kidman.
Finally. Are you all right?
That psycho is still on the loose in here.
I turned on the emitter, and that seemed to slow him down. But he got away.
Did it seem to slow him down? He definitely just got away.
It's not Lily. She must be so scared and alone.
Now we have a cool cut on our face.
I've got to find her before he does something terrible to her.
Assuming he has not yet. Oh, interesting.
I'm so close.
I mean, that it might still be in energy drinks, and for a similar reason, I guess. Who knows? They just put shit in there. Although I might be thinking of, like, L-carnitine. Thinking about it. Yeah, you're right, Whitney. It's probably doing the right thing. Like, running that high a fever is effective for your immune system, but damn it, I just want to sleep sometimes. Very bothersome.
Kid. I don't want her to suffer. I know things are bad, but I have faith in you. You've got to
Who are all
stay
these
focused
clowns?
so we can save her. Together.
Those guys look really suspect up there.
Okay, you're right. Thanks for the pep talk, Kidman.
Well, taurine definitely goes into
Don't
energy
worry
drinks.
about
They
it.
put, like, all
But
kinds of
right
shit
now
in
you
that
need
stuff.
to figure out where he took her.
He said his name was Stefano.
Stefano. Copy that. I'll see what I can find out and send it to your room.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll check in with O'Neill. See if he can help me locate this psycho.
It's like my wife, Apple. My wife has really vivid dreams that she, like, always remembers. And I simply,
Sebastian,
like, never dream.
good luck.
Very, very rarely do I remember my dreams. It's quite strange to me.
Gotta figure out where he took her. Think I might have just figured it out. Not doing a very good job of hiding. It's almost as if he's taunting me. Well, if it's a fight he wants, he's gonna get it. I just have to find my way there. O'Neill, it's me.
I see the
Ashton's
stable field
talking
emitter
so
is
much.
back online. Please tell me you found the core
We're
and you're on
chatting.
your
I
way
don't
back
need you
here.
guys to be
Sorry.
giving me
That
exposition
lunatic
now.
still has her, but I think I have an idea of where he went.
Yeah, I see it too. I'm picking up the signal again, but now it's coming from the theater in the other part of town.
Right. Through the Marrow again, I guess. May need a little guidance here.
I'm on it.
Thanks,
Looks like
bro.
turning the emitter back on stabilized some passages there. Exit D5 looks to be the one closest to
D5.
the theater. I'm not totally sure what you'll encounter down there, so watch your back.
At this point, nothing would surprise me.
Oh, a medical note. I'm glad I came looking about. Mission Impossible that never existed. That's funny. So it's kind of interesting to me. So because I dream so little, I feel like it actually, this may sound odd, but like I think it actually helps me be a lot more comfortable with the idea of death. Because like a lot of people have like a lot of trepidation and existential fears about death, but like I don't. And I've thought about it, and I think a big part of it is because I associate it very closely with like sleeping and having nothing happen when you're sleeping. So like the idea of nothingness doesn't really intimidate me all that much. Well, also, I guess I believe that there's nothing when you die. So I guess people's opinions will vary. But like because I'm used to every night spending a great deal of time with nothing, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. Like that's a thing that's not that bad. It's no biggie. I've kind of wondered if that sort of relation between sort of dreaming and unconsciousness impacts people's perspectives on death in general. Assuming, I suppose, that they believe there's nothing when you die. Well, those sorts of things, Apple, are very, very interesting because there's, like, the nature of what the brain does in those circumstances is kind of wild. And I've actually heard an interesting hypothesis that I have zero idea how much, like, meaningful weight it carries. Like, I don't... Obviously, this sort of thing is not particularly studied, nor, like, do I even know how you would, right? But I heard somebody provide this sort of idea, put this idea forward, at least, that, and, you know, maybe it's just a comforting thought, but that you perceptually don't really die, or that, like, your final moments sort of extend almost into infinity because of the way sort of the law of relativity works, and the way perceptions of time between different sized brains function, right? So, like, we have a perspective of time, but you can see with very smaller animals that they seem to perceive time differently. Like, they react faster. A single moment to us is more moments relatively to them. And that in the time with which your brain is dying, that the functional portion of your brain will continue to shrink, right? Like, you'll shrink down the part of the brain that functions as you're, like, passing away, and that in that case your relative perspective of time can potentially increase so that your final moments are much longer, connecting potentially to those ideas of out-of-body experiences and, like, how much those near-death experiences and how much time can seem like it's being spent in dream in that state, as opposed to, you know, quote-unquote real time. It's an interesting hypothesis I heard. I know nothing of its veracity, but it's an interesting thing to think about nonetheless. Well, and that's the other sort of interesting thing, right? About
Always a pleasure.
the brain surgery, seeing colors, like, the nature of perception is one of those interesting things to consider in a broad sense. Like, one of my favorite thought experiments to talk about is with colors, and relating colors to, like, other people and, like, what they experience as colors. You can do the same thing with flavor, of course. It's related to the reality, right? That our perspective will never truly be able to experience an existence of someone else's perspective. And so it's interesting because we can all look, right? So, like, you know, my eyebrows and my eyebrows and my eyelashes here, right? Like, we can all look at that, we all point at it, and we say, this is red, right? We all agree that this is red, unless you have, like, an actual physical color blindness, which may impact your ability to perceive colors. But even then, many people would be able to pick up, like, oh yeah, I get it, that's red, right? We can all agree that it's red. And that we can even identify the wavelength of light required to produce that color, right? The interesting thing to think about, though, is that there is no way for a group of people to know whether what you experience as red is the same that I experience as red. Because we have no way to actually directly communicate the thing we see, our perception. The only thing we can do is point to sort of analogies or relative things. Like we can say, well, red's an angry color. It's the color of fire. It's a fierce color. It's this and that. But like, those are all sort of culturally built up. Like we build those things as a society as like perpetuated perceptions, but they're not a real perception, and they don't actually indicate what it looks like. So I always think that's interesting to think about, because like there's just no way to connect the dots between one person's brain and another person's brain to perceive something similarly. Synesthesia is also something that's very interesting. You brought up Priestess. Oh, you taste music or sounds. That's interesting. I don't have any sort of synesthesia, but it's another one of those interesting. Well, it all comes back similarly. Like it's a perception, the nature of perception. Just brains being wired together in a slightly unique fashion that leads to, I mean, essentially an additional sensory function, more or less. You know, stepping sort of off the side of specifically colors and eyesight and senses of that nature, but to another sense, I don't know if anybody has like tinnitus. Tinnitus, the being sort of the occasional like ringing in your ears. I get occasional tinnitus. I think it's related to the fact that I've got Meniere's disease, inner ear thing, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't really matter. But it was very interesting because I just read an article about a musical artist that I don't remember her name. But she has like severe tinnitus from like an injury from having I think it was like a monitor at a performance that was like plugged in while it was at like full blast or something, rather than being appropriately turned down before being plugged in and set up. And so like she got like blasted by a huge sound wave, something of that nature. And so she had like really bad hearing impacts and had like really bad tinnitus. And it was very interesting because for a long time, tinnitus has always been considered a phantom sound that like you kind of have to learn to ignore it because it doesn't exist. It's just this thing that, you know, is a phantom sensory malady, right? Well, it was very interesting because I read oh, that's very interesting, Apple. Well, this might be very interesting to you specifically then if you haven't heard of this. And I don't know if it's true for every sort of tinnitus, and like if everyone with tinnitus this would be true for, but she continued to do music and like auditory like performance, but it's shifted a little bit to like exploring the idea of sound and the ear and tinnitus and these things. Like it's come into her performing art, and so she's been working with some research places that like specialize in hearing to sort of, you know, build up albums and like get very interesting 3D models of ears involved and stuff like that. But she went to one and they were doing some interesting experiments and actually used a very tiny microphone and placed it in like within her ear canal. And it was very interesting because for the first time, this has happened relatively recently, actually, I think this year, for the first time ever, they actually recorded tinnitus because it wasn't a phantom noise in her case. They put the microphone and detected an actual sound that is presumably being generated by her own body. It was very fascinating. What's more fascinating is that the recording is on YouTube. you can listen to it. I don't remember the name of it, but it's on YouTube. You can listen to the recording of someone else's tinnitus, which was fascinating to me. And I mean, like, remarkable that, like, it's being generated, like, auto-generated by a human body to make this bizarre buzzing noise. It's like, why is it doing that? Really interesting. So I don't know how much like that will have an impact on things, but it is certainly interesting for like the studies into tinnitus. Perhaps, you know, more like actual causes will be discovered now that they've sort of recorded someone else's tinnitus. Maybe the treatments will actually, you know, come to be. But it was really, really interesting. I just stumbled across that article from like Twitter or something, and I was like, I had to go look it up. It was fascinating to know that someone had recorded someone else's tinnitus. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. But I digress. I've been sitting here telling random ass tinnitus stories now. I got leveling up to do. Yeah, it was very, very cool. I love that sort of stuff. Science. Hey, Cat, do I have any more slides? I don't think I do, but might as well check. I don't. No new slides. Womp womp. Okay, what am I doing? Gonna drink this coffee. We're going back in to the Marrows, and we're heading to a new exit. That's right. I don't remember what exit they told me to go to, but I'll figure it out. Well, I guess I appreciate that, Priestess. I mean, I guess it's nice to know that my voice is not grating or unpleasant. I can't imagine you would have spent as much time here if... grating and unpleasant isn't accurate in this case. If it was bitter or unpleasant in some fashion, I can't imagine you would hang out here. But, I don't know, it's cool to know. The croissant-voiced wonder. That's me. Man, I do love a croissant. This is back where I was. I have done the mistake. Enjoy your sleep, Whitney. I do appreciate that a little bit. I find that interesting. What is I'm curious now. You've piqued my interest. What is like the range of tastes that you perceive in voices? And can you identify sort of through lines that sort of connect the like a taste to a sound? Is it like is a deeper voice tending to be this? Is a higher voice tending to be that? Or is it a little more sort of ephemeral, sorts of complicated undertones that might lead to a flavor that make it very difficult to overall identify? But I'm very curious if you've thought about it, and if you've kind of connected things. Is like, is it like an insincerity in the voice that comes across as something versus sort of a sincere voice? That's one thing that catches me up, actually, with a lot of streamers. It's not necessarily that, like, a fakey voice bothers me, necessarily, but that I can oftentimes detect the effort that goes into someone sort of straining their voice into sort of like not their typical speaking voice, so to speak. So like people maybe like raising their voice a little bit to make themselves a little more cutesy, or somebody like bringing their voice down to try to be a little manlier, you know, like those sorts of things. I detect like that sense of effort that goes into altering the voice, and I don't like listening to that. It doesn't translate into a flavor or anything of that nature, but rather it's just like it catches in my mind, and I can't stop hearing the effort, which is something I really appreciate out of like truly expert voice actors, because they like the breadth at which they can accomplish voices and make it sound effortless is a marvel to me, because I'm pretty quick to detect the effort that goes into a voice. And so it's like, man, those masterclass voice actors are very impressive to me. Based on the tone of voice, pitch, sort of how they speak. That's fair. Handgun ammo pouch, okay. Yeah, exactly, Apple. And it's like, it's one of those things that's kind of frustrating to me that it does bother me so much, because I don't want to necessarily like judge people on trying to bring their voice into something that they feel like suits them better, or that like makes them more happy to use, right? I mean, a lot, like I've known several trans people, for instance, right? And like the voice is commonly a point of strong dysphoria, and they have to work to get a voice that they're happy with. And like it's kind of frustrating to me that a lot of times I can detect the effort and like it catches on me. And I wish I didn't do that, because it's like I understand what you're doing, and I see that you're trying to make a voice that you're happy with, like that you can be happy with. And I wish it didn't, like, bother is a strong term, because it's not like I'm going to need to bring it up if I were talking to somebody, but it will sort of keep me from sitting for hours listening to a streamer talk to me, right? If I'm like, I can hear the effort in your voice, but it's just one of those things that like I catch on, and I'm like, damn it. And the thing is that I also don't doubt that it is not that particular sense is fully accurate either. I bet I get false positives. Like, wow, those were like the world's worst shots that I have ever taken. Jesus. Good God. Because I'm sure I misattribute at times the fact that I hear effort, and there may very well not be any. I can't actually identify that ultimately without like asking, and that's just rude. Why would I do that? But it's one of those things, you know? Music depends on instruments. Voice has overall effect of the music set. Interesting. Very interesting. I appreciate you explaining some of that, because I'm willing to bet you get that question a lot, and I bet it may be somewhat annoying. So I'm sorry if that question is annoying. I do find it very interesting, though. Because, I mean, on the entire subject of perceptions, I imagine it's very difficult to communicate how those actually connect and interact. How can you ignore it? What a bunch of wieners, man. That shit's interesting. What is with this, like, fluorescent paint? What is happening in here? Yeah, that's super true, Apple. I think it's I think it's kind of funny. Probably because it's so low stakes, honestly, in the vocal fry thing. Like, it seems like such a silly thing to get bent out of shape either which way. But like, I'm in the generation of vocal fry. Like, that's, I guess, the vocal tick of my generation. So like, it's just like what it is, right? Like, it's like, okay, that's just a thing some people do with their voices. But there are definitely some people who vocal fry like really hard, possibly performatively. So it's like, okay, well, okay. It's like the Valley Girl accent almost, because some people do that like fully naturally. Like, that's where they grew up, or that's just the way they've talked forever. Like, that's just them. But then some people put on the Valley Girl accent and are like wild. And I might have like a particular nonchalance, I guess, about it, because like you mentioned, you know, foreign accent and then pretending you're racist. If you're like, the thing is I am of the opinion that accent humor, there are two forms of humor that I personally think is always funny and always on the table. It's accent humor and typo humor, typo or misspeaks, because I think these are universally shared experiences amongst everyone. Everyone has an accent and everybody misspeaks and typos. And I think it's so goddamn funny to see like misspeaks where you like the meaning of what you said is entirely different and it's stupid as hell. Like, that to me is hilarious. The same with typos. And like accents, I think accents are freaking funny. Like, people just say the same thing, and the Luigi board, hell yes. I mean, I guess a big part of it would be Apple, like the intention behind putting on an accent, right? Like, that's the main thing, right? Like, why would you do that? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Also, we're just not going to comment about the fact that I am walking through vaguely white, goopy pustule shit. We're just going to not worry about it. Yeah, a big part is essentially intent with stuff like that. I don't necessarily know anything about like Madonna's fake accent, because I don't know anything about really Madonna. I know of Madonna, but I just never gave a shit. So, but like, it's all about intent at that point. It's like, I think the humor in accents, the differences in the way people talk, like how goofy everybody sounds saying this, that, or the other. I love that shit. And so but like, if you're trying to mock someone, like in a harsh, negative way, I don't like that. None of that stuff. But
once you get past this, you'll learn to accept.
No. I'll never accept it. If you won't help me, I'll find out the truth on my own.
stepping back to what Priestess had been saying about the synesthesia thing, I can imagine it's very annoying when people are like very demanding to hear like about, well, and that's just like absolutely common self-centered nature of so many people, right? Of just like, they just want to know how they just want to get gassed up. Like, oh, I bet I'm special and I taste awesome, which is a weird thing to say. I don't take that one out of context. but I'm curious, like, are you often resistant to tell because they're just being demanding and annoying? Or that's the other piece, is that you've probably had enough experiences of being honest, and then they got their shit all twisted. As you say, you've said someone tastes sour and they got really mad. Yeah, I know people. I know people. And so, yeah. You know, I'm sorry. You've given me an interest. This is disgusting, by the way. We're just gonna continue ignore. Come on, guys. Really? Like, really?
Good God, look at the size of that thing. Maybe I can sneak past it.
That's what you feel necessary to comment about this guy? Wow, look at the size of it. We're okay. Freaking Mr. Elmer's glue over here. Oh no. Oh no, slappy hands. More slappy hands. Hold on, this is working. Actually, just freaking gas it. We're good. We're not good. We're getting the slappies. Actually, did that do damage? I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting to it. I got distracted.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
You've given me an interesting experience to probe and be curious about. So you could tell me when I get annoying. But I was curious if you had like a perspective on what like the worst sense you had ever gotten from that. Like, had you had mysterious Vault-Tec bobblehead. Like something that would otherwise have been potentially pleasant, or, you know, like music or something that was just like like repulsive due to having like a sort of an additional sensory experience of it. I'm curious. So I'm envisioning just like being at a concert or something where you like all of their music that you've heard up to then, and then they like put on a song and all of a sudden you're like, this tastes absolutely terrible.
I thought this place was supposed to be fucking stable.
Yeah. Stable as glue. Oh, this fight looks like it tastes pretty terrible. This is one of those fights where you want to keep your mouth firmly closed. You do not want any stray globules of whatever it is flying your way. No, no. You know, that's a really like underappreciated potential like impact of being in these sorts of situations, of just like getting shit in your mouth, right? Like, god damn it, like, you're all the time in video games, you're in the freaking sewers, you're fighting these disgusting creatures with like shit flying off of them all the time. It's just like, I would just wear a mask, man. Like, I don't want any of this stuff flying at me. Emergency core displacement protocols. It is imperative that a missing core be replaced as soon as possible. A core that has been missing for even a few hours can affect SIM programming. Well, that's not going well. If the core is missing for over 36 hours, emergency protocols must be instituted in order to prevent the core from escaping. Emergency protocols are only accessible for Mobius operatives with Alpha security clearance and can only be viewed on the Marrow servers. Interesting. You know, Speaking of sensory superpowers, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Pirate Software. He's sort of a recently moseyed his way into my cognizance through YouTube and stuff. I'm sure it's not glue. Yeah, he's a super cool streamer. I really appreciate the sort of advice he hands out. I'm very envious of his ability to provide like really good sort of poignant like life advice and general advice to people that ask. Now, this isn't advice. This is an interesting cursed knowledge bit that I saw a clip of him put forward, and so I'm gonna throw this sort of cursed knowledge on you as well, because it relates very closely to all of the sensory talk that we've had. So, everyone, as far as I can tell, has a very interesting sensory superpower that they probably don't realize. If you consider any textured object, any at all, and you imagine putting it on your tongue can communicate to your brain what that would feel like. I don't know why, but your tongue has an incredible predictive ability to guess what a texture that you have like felt with your fingers would feel like on your tongue. Just look at something, just imagine picking it up and like putting it on your tongue, and your tongue will communicate what that texture would feel like. It's bizarre. Yeah, it was a good clip. I thought that was awesome. That's very interesting, Priestess. I kind of wondered if that would be the case. I mean, I imagine it would be. Yeah, I guess that is a form of synesthesia. But interestingly, that's one that, as far as I know, at least most people have. So that's interesting, right? That, like... That's a very interesting sort of connecting point for synesthesia. That, like, it helps people understand what that means.
Don't move.
You're Mobius, right?
Shut up! Don't say a word. You're not one of us.
No, I'm not. Kidman sent me. Look, I'm here to help, okay? My name is Sebastian.
Oh, that's kind of cool, Apple.
You're
I mean,
lying.
until you
Sebastian
start
Castellanos
thinking
is
too
dead.
hard about really disgusting shit.
No.
But, you know,
Who told you that?
don't think too hard about any glue monsters, Apple.
Turn
Not with
around.
hyperphantasia. Okay, see, now I'm trying to figure out if these sorts of particular traits of humanity are more common than I gave them credit for, or I am just
I told you.
acutely skilled at collecting, like,
I'm telling you the
weird
truth.
humans into my chat. Like, how has this happened? How do we have somebody with synesthesia and hyperphantasia? How is that?
Lack of microexpressions and deflection.
What the hell's going on here?
No verbal parroting. I've seen enough to know you're telling the truth.
Right. The team psychologist.
I have to use whatever.
Why
tools
are
I
you
have.
all here? How, like,
Combat isn't my forte.
two of my regulars?
Seems to be a
Uncanny.
running theme here.
Sorry for pointing my gun at you. So they're sending independent contractors now? That means things aren't improving. Have you found any other team members?
I have, but the only one I've found alive is O'Neill.
Liam is alive? Good.
Well, at least based on what Apple has
Has he made any
suggested
progress in
above, it's just
stabilization?
sort of
The
a...
big emitter's back on.
A-
This place is still falling apart.
Well, yes, also Phantom over here.
Lily. He's
with
running
visions of the dead.
and can manipulate this place at will.
That means my theory is correct. This is more than a core disconnect. We doctors don't like to use the term psycho in pejorative terms. But in this case, it's apropos.
Yeah, I almost feel like it's more simple for me to understand like hyperphantasia. I'm totally ignoring what they're saying because this is way more interesting to me anyway. As a particular contrast to the reality of aphantasia, because I guess it's really been only the last few years that that aphantasia has come to my attention as like a thing that people deal with, right? Of a complete inability to like envision things in their mind. And so from coming from that standpoint, I feel like hyperphantasia was very quick for me to grasp simply because it's like it's the opposite, right? It is a almost I guess it's almost like an inability to tone down imagination, perhaps. I don't know how much control you have over it, but my expectation is that it's just like almost, 0 to 100 very quickly, and you got to be like,
he's probably going to be difficult to fight.
I can't imagine it's all fun and games and just getting to envision fun things and whatnot whenever you want to, and no other meaningful impacts on your life. It's usually not so convenient.
So does Lily really think I'm
I don't know what we're asking about right now. I ignored them.
Sorry to break it to you, but she does. I thought it was the truth too, until just now. But over the years, I've learned to take everything Mobius tells me with a pinch of salt.
Her face looks like it's like a softer texture almost.
What kind of monsters do you work for?
Almost looks like it's a lower resolution than his face.
Lily is probably less traumatized by thinking you're dead than by thinking you're alive, but she can't be with you.
Yeah, maybe. But what will happen when I finally find her?
Don't worry.
I can imagine, Apple, why you would likely want to avoid some of the more gruesome aspects of horror.
If Mobius knew to keep psychopaths out of STEM,
that would make perfect sense.
I don't know. Every individual in STEM was subjected to a battery of psychological exams prior to placement. And we've been observing them from here, in secret, to keep an eye out for mental instability.
Yeah. Well, that didn't
work.
Unfortunately,
that makes sense.
Psychopathy and sociopathy are incredibly difficult to diagnose.
Well, and I feel like
psychopaths tend to be cunning and highly intelligent, aware of their own diagnosis.
That's another sort of experience I think that more people could empathize with if they thought and connected, because I'm like thinking about that. My mind immediately went to some of those circumstances where you can like watch something happen and like you get those tingles in like the pit of your stomach. So like for guys, right, you watch somebody get absolutely like blasted in the crotch from like falling on a rail or getting just hit by a bowling ball, and like there's that sense like you can feel it yourself a little bit, and I feel like that's like a small connection to hyperphantasia that boy, these are some actually very interesting connections to me that we've made tonight. How the fact that there's a form of synesthesia that almost everyone has, and you can get a taste of hyperphantasia because like there's an empathetic connection that you can make by watching somebody get like truly injured. At least most people, I imagine. I don't know if everybody does it, but I certainly do. Now, I wouldn't consider myself having hyperphantasia, but like if I see somebody get like really injured, like I could definitely have an actual physical like reaction to it. I get that sense.
You said you think there's something more to this?
I studied the Beacon incident extensively.
And I don't know how close those experiences actually are.
In that case,
but for the purposes of empathizing with people who have some of these unusual traits, I think that has value in it of itself.
The dissolution of Union, the total breakdown in communication with Mobius. It just seems like a lot for one person, even with the power of the core.
Why is she
mentioned someone before.
moving like that? She's like a wind-up doll there for a second.
The could mean. No. It's too horrible to contemplate.
What?
There's only one thing that could be more powerful than a psychopath in here. But I need to do some research before I can commit to the theory.
She's got freaking pronouned. Like there's only one more thing. You know, I realize I say that, but I don't actually know if everybody is familiar with that premise. I don't know how wide-ranging that premise is. Me and Kappa would always use this term of like getting like pronouned before pronouns were like a hot topic. And what that comes from is something like anime or manga. They're very prone to do this, where they'll introduce something and they'll only refer to them by a pronoun and then just into the scene. And so it's like, I know what you did. You're just intentionally leaving this vague for no reason that a normal human being would actually communicate. And she just did the same damn thing where she was like, there's only one thing more powerful than a psycho in this environment. But I'm not going to tell you because I'm going to just leave that sitting for now. And it's like, damn you. That's an interesting degree of lie detection, Apple. That's interesting. So, I mean, lots of people can potentially pick up the insincerity, but that's an interesting, very specific sort of like extra sense towards likely detecting insincerity. Very interesting. Oh, it was in fact the fourth one. I assume I haven't missed any then.
I'm here.
The first time I saw Myra, she was wearing that uniform. I think I fell in love with her right then and there. I didn't want to admit it to myself. But after she was injured on duty, I knew I couldn't risk not telling her how I felt. She was such a great wife and mother that I sometimes forget she was a great detective too.
Okay.
She was right.
I don't know why he's talking to Kidman about this.
She knew there was something fishy about Lily's
here we
death. I mean, kidnapping. I should have believed her from the start.
There's no way you could have predicted the truth, Sebastian. You know this.
Okay. You know, they've called him Sebastian a couple times today, and I totally forgot what his name was before today. Totally just escaped my mind. I had no idea that it was Sebastian. So I was playing Monster Hunter with friends yesterday, and were asking me about Evil Within 2 and blah 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 blah. And one of them was trying to place which game Evil Within was, and then he was like, it's like a first-person shooter with just with like special powers, right? And I was like, I don't think so. He was like, yeah, the main character I think is named like Tommy. You could like shoot black snakes out of your hand, and I was like, I don't remember his name, I realized, but it wasn't Tommy, and I don't know about any black snakes. It's just like, no, I don't think you're talking about the same game. It's like, do I remember any black snakes from the first game? I was like, I don't know about that. But it was funny because I realized, like, I have no idea what the main character's name is. I'm so bad with names, guys. I'm absolute shit. I am so low on bullets. Oh, I'm really low on gunpowder. It's not great. Just try when people look at something and still smell it. Okay. That definitely happens. The sense of smell is very strongly tied to memories.
You look like you could use
Interesting
some
stuff.
help, Detective.
My sense of smell is poor. I don't actually smell very strongly, which I did not realize until, you know, I've been married for a long time. Because my wife smells much, like, more effectively than I. Oh, that's sniper ammo is what that is. So she will be smelling things far before I will. I smell bad is what it comes down to. I smell bad. You have a coffee maker? Yeah, you got a coffee maker. Give me some of that coffee. Coffee. Okay, I'm getting tired of the long cutscene of drinking coffee every time. Could you just freaking drink your coffee, man? Also, why don't you pack some of that up in a freaking to-go cup? Bring that for later. Core candidates. Read Lily Castellanos' initial finding. The ideal core candidate must have an unfettered ego in order to retain their own personality while supporting the interlinked minds of many others. Given these parameters, there are only two possible candidate types. Egomaniacs, with psychopathic tendencies, or children. We all know what happened the last time an egomaniac with psychopathic tendencies was in STEM, so a child is our best bet. Having access to standardized school test results, we were able to narrow down our options. We feel that we found the ideal core candidate in Lily Castellanos. Her tests show that she not only has a guileless ego, she also exhibits incredibly advanced empathy for a child her age. We are sending her to Dr. Hoffman for further testing. Dude, this is like some maximally shady shit. Like, what is up with this wild-ass corporation kidnapping children to run their wild experiments of large numbers of people being mashed into a computer system to eventually hit the whole world? What the heck is happening? Like, what is wrong with you people? Also, where am I supposed to go? You might have told me, but I wasn't listening. Oh, no. Pass through the Marrow and search for exit D5. Is this not D5? This is D5. Okay, I must have come in that door over there. I mean, that's a pretty cool trick, though, Apple. That's a pretty useful trick. Am I going the right way? Is this where we're going? A tree. Fascinating. I really don't understand the loading screen. Why do they let me potentially move around when I just have to look at the computer again? I don't... Was this from an, like, era where solid-state drives weren't as common? Was I supposed to be, like, there for a lot longer to run around? What the heck? Ooh, harpoons. A brick! No, it's high-grade weapon parts. Fantastic. It was not a brick. Better than a brick. It's a brick house. Parts. I don't need to go in there. I have been in there recently. Resonance point. Right frickin' there. Okay, okay.
But Stevens has the key. So tired.
Damn it. Can't feel my hand. That thing nearly tore my arm off. Never gonna kill it with this pea shooter.
I imagine so, Priestess. I mean, most things can be used for good or ill, though. So, you know, just don't be an ass.
But Stevens has the key. She'll come back with
Most of the time.
PC.
The theater. I'm
That where
coming
we're
for
at?
you.
Theater? Okay. Is this a new chapter? Am I on chapter 6 now? Uh-oh. Beanies. Don't look at me. Are you looking at me? Don't look at me. I don't know if you're looking at me. Stop that. Where you going, bro? Where you going, bro? Where are you going, bro? Oh, no, he noticed. He's on to me. Fortunately, he's an idiot. It's very stupid. I really did just trick him with basic object permanence. Incredible. Hoya! Dick. All right. Everybody take note. There's an axe here. We might need that later. What's this? It's a bottle. Post. Paper airplane. That's amusing. Wow. Nice bench at the edge of the world. Damn, you gotta be a pretty good scam artist for that. That's the thing. Nothing is infallible. There's always gonna be somebody that's a good enough whatever to fool you. Like I mentioned with the, you know, detecting sort of effort in voices. There's always somebody skilled enough that you won't even notice. Ha! Or maybe there's not. Although I guess you got bamboozled by the proof, so... A bird. Also, who died here? What happened? Hashtag justice for Apple. What? Alright, I know what to do about you. It has not died. Ah, shit. Ah, goobers. What? They just, like, wandered off. What was that about? I bamboozled them. Oh, for freak's sake, can I please hit him in the head? He's immortal. That's some bullshit. I'm gone. Boy, these guys are really easy to, like, bamboozle with a little bit of hiding. They just kind of lose track of you. Daddies. Yoink. Alright, where the hell did that guy go? Wait. Did he or did he not die? I guess he eventually died. I eventually got him. 15. Yeah, you better give me a full 1,500 goop for the number of sniper shells I had to load into your noggin. Unacceptable. Nobody's here?
Shit, Will saw me.
No, he did not. I call bullshit. That's a pile of shit. There's no way. Okay, this is not the correct direction. Camera, work with me. Camera. Why have you done this? Yoink. He's got an axe too. Means I could use my axes. Aimlessly wandering into the foliage. Can I... Why are you not doing the assassination when I ask you to? Freaking... Alright, I'm tired of your bullshit. Get the hell out of here. You bother me, bro. Group recovered. Alright, now we just have the one to track down. That should be easier. I can't freaking see, man. Ass. First give me the goop, then give me the axe. Unknown resonance. Okay. Nope, put that shit away. Oh, there's another one. Resonance point. An unknown. All this weird stuff. Whoa. Hello. Okay. Goopy friend can just give the old smackdown.
Body parts reassembling into a monster.
Oh.
Sure. Why not? Body parts reassembling into a monster. Sure.
Sure. Why not?
Surprised by anything I see in here anymore. Won't happen again. I'll burn these before they can change. Wait. Did that arm just twitch? Shit. No. Oh god. No.
Not going well for him. Oh, too bad. Whoa! Well, now it's not going well for me. I don't really want to have to deal with this, actually. I don't feel like I have enough ammo for this shit. Okay, well, you don't seem inclined to be left behind. You're really on my ass here. How did I miss? Excuse me. Just keep filling you with pipes. That was a good headshot, though. Oh, that might have been a miss. That might have been a miss, too. Damn it. Ow, my bones. Oh, my other bones. Oh, all my bones. All of the bones. Every last bone. Every last damn bone. I think that's the... No, it's not the first time I've died. It's the first time I've died in a really long time, though. Why am I on a bus? What? Hello? What? What a checkpoint. You're just on a bus. Yeah. Futurama reference. I love Futurama. My one regret is that I have bonitis. Oh, do I have to kill that guy? I mean, probably. Freaking love Futurama. It's also
Lock on this door.
Futurama also has a
Looks
pretty
if I had a
funny,
key, I
like,
could open it.
sort of, like, meta-wise, it's funny how the run of that show has gone. Because just, like, having been canceled repeatedly, you know, turning into some movies, making the transition between 4:3 to, like, 16:9 aspect ratios, like, that show has had an amusing ride through its existence. Like 3 different networks, each time making fun of the, you know, the executives of the one prior. Okay, so presumably we investigate this.
Why?
And then the thing shows back up? Or is it just not going to show back up? Because we did the resonance. You know, I didn't mind the movies. I didn't like the series or the seasons that they sort of made out of the cut-up movies. That I didn't like. Oh. Yeah, the resonance won't let me do it, but there she is. Well, at least I can not fight it immediately. I don't really know if it's ultimately in my best interest to fight it. Okay, so this is the actual... Oh no, this is a side thing. Up there is the on the hunt. Oh, I see you. Man, what a canned pot breaking sound.
Shit!
What? What are you yelling about? Is that a second one? Because I just saw that one jump on the car. In 2 of them? A lot of health vials around. Hey, some bullets. Thank you.
I'm the only one who can see it. There's a thing in here with me.
I mean, that's fair, Apple. I thought they were fine. Like, I really only watched them, like, after the fact later on. So, there very well could be an emotional impact that I didn't have because, like, I wasn't coming out of the seasons, like, watching them, like, brand new and potentially being disappointed. It's like, these aren't as good as the seasons, you know? Like, maybe that's part of why I didn't mind them. You good, jukebox? Oh, lordy! Damn you, murder ghost. Man, they hoodwinked me with that freaking jukebox.
Shit.
Ooh.
What's it doing?
Hey, thanks for hanging out, Phantom. You have a good night.
What does that thing want from me?
Oh, it opened the door through the mirror. Interesting. Looks an awful lot like one of the stems. A lot of doors, though. I don't love the lot of doors. Well, I can't help but notice that this seems to have put me back, yes, right here.
There's something weird about this room.
Sure is.
Something
Okay.
I'm not seeing.
Okay. So now we're talking puzzle talk. The mirror. What can the mirror tell us?
That's me from
No,
back then.
I don't care about me. I'm looking at the shiny ass door. You moron. Okay, well, we're just gonna go through the shiny ass door. Was that not correct? Perhaps it was, and I simply have to check again. Perhaps the door has moved.
Something was up with that mirror. Something I should be looking for?
Or did I go to the wrong one? Maybe I went to the wrong one. It's this door. That is a neat trick, Apple. It seems like there's a lot of opportunity for enjoyment with that particular trait, which is cool. The more enjoyment life can bring, the better, if you ask me. Excuse me, coming through. Watch out. We're sneaking. He's now going back the other way. We're sneaking the other way. Can I please look in the mirror? Where'd you go? Go? Oh, it's that one. Oh, she's still walking around that way. I kicked the bucket. Hey, yo. Can you pick a direction, lady? Very slow. I got places to be. Namely that door, right there. Burrow. Burrow, really? There you go. Oh, so now you're just gonna walk right through the screen, huh? I see how it is. What's next? A long hallway. A long, vibrating hallway. Oh. So now we're here.
Why is that thing chasing me?
It's slide.
Again.
Because it hates you. Fruit soda? It's all fruit soda. 16 fruit sodas. Any fruit soda you like. Oh, fruit soda doesn't sound too bad. Hey, sniper rifle pouch upgrade. I love that. Yeah, we're killing it out here. Ah, the Juke Diner. That's what the place is. We have clearly found our way to another bigger area. Looks like there's a safe house in the middle. Maybe I ought to try to go open that up. Why do we have spooky music? What's going on? There's nobody here. That's the worst apple. Nothing like a timely disconnect. Ah, and you never learned an instrument. Gotcha. I had learned an instrument long ago, but I never kept up with it. So, you know, I only sort of know it. I did play it long enough that I feel like some of my muscle memory is still there. It's like I feel like I can remember a lot of the fingering of the notes. That was the saxophone. I played the saxophone when I was younger. I sort of ended up not keeping up with it because I wasn't really like thrilled with the saxophone as an instrument, just because it's very like singular in style. There's not exactly a lot that you can get diversity wise out of saxophone. like a guitar would have been a little more exciting. I played the piano a little bit, but not enough. I've tried to pick up the piano again a couple times, and there's too much drudgery of practice for me to like get invested on trying to get back into it. What are these guys doing? Is there a way I can...
So much for stealth.
Yep, so much for stealth. Oh, I don't think he cares about fire. Oh, he threw it. I didn't know they threw it. Oh, yeah! I got him! Excuse me, coming through. Wow, they just pull more of those Molotovs out of their asses, don't they? Like, literally out of their asses. We got to pick it. I had friends who played French horn. Oh, excuse me. Hey! I'd like to just stealth kill these clowns. Yeah, that's not very helpful, Apple. Not in the least. Stupid truck, get out of my way. I can't see it. What do we got going on? Can we... Oh, no. Don't look this way. Stop that. Stop it. Taking these nails. Sneaky sneak. How? You absolute bastard. Wow, those were some shitty shots. No, thank you. Fire! Hey, thanks for hanging out, priestess. You have a good night. Ow! Oh, I blew her arm off. Oh, and then her head. I will see you next time. Oh, how'd this guy die? Oh well, whatever. Though it is coming to the end of stream soon here, as you know, we've been going almost 3.5 hours. So I think once we find our way to this safe house in here, I think that'll be the time to call it done for today. I really don't want to have to fight one of these giant saw blade assholes. I really prefer not having to deal with that right now. Oh, I got a rock. Porta potty. Oh, hold on. Something's hidden in this car. Hell yeah, give me that. Give me that gunpowder. Anything in here? Oh. Oh, hey there. They are just running around. So straight through. Some handgun bullets there. I can't help but notice fire in the way. Why are you coming this way? I don't want that. Hey, my boxes. What are you doing here? Excuse you. Oh, you jump on the building. Interesting. Gonna run the hell away.
Away from me! Sounds like someone's in trouble.
Climb on this? Nope. How you doing in there, bro? Just gonna take these bullets while I'm here. Oh, that's a distinct lack of head. 2 bullets, Jesus. Oh,
Damn,
well.
he's gonna get mobbed.
I hope you can sleep on your empty stomach. But regardless, thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a good evening.
Maybe I can get the jump on them.
This does not look like getting the jump on them, quite frankly. Can you go away? I don't think that's what I want out of that. Give me that back. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe that's exactly what I want. I'll just put that there. And then we open the, stop looking at the, stop, the door, please, the door. Please not the, come on now. Fine, give me that back. There. Jesus, you dumbass. Excuse me, I'll just push this.
Hey, you over there!
Hey, you good?
Come on, man! I know you can hear me! Help me out!
What the heck? Give me that back. Everything is different. Suddenly. What a freaking mess you guys have given to me. Oh, I gotta rescue him and he's got health. Oh, damn it. I'm coming. I just want to get the jump on these guys as much as possible. Can I get in there with the... Can I get in there? Yeah, sneak attack! Ah! Jesus! There you go. Ow! Oh, there's so many more.
Shit, there's more of them!
Yeah, I noticed. Bro. Okay, that's just freaking rude, man. Freaking forcing me to stand. That is so uncool. They just had me standing there next to where the enemies were going to show up for the entire cutscene until they were literally on top of me. That is very uncool.
Damn, he's gonna get mobbed.
I don't care for that one bit.
Maybe I can get the jump on
actually.
Hey, you over there! You gotta help me! Come on, man! I know you can hear me! Help me out!
Chill out, man. I'm getting there. I don't know why this guy's just standing here, but I'm going to take advantage of it. Absolutely. Bro, your health is... Okay. Well...
There's more over here!
Oh, for freak's sake, cut that shit out. I don't really like the enemy attack animations, and I really don't like the way they interact with bullets. It feels really unnatural and just annoyingly bullet spongy to try to like stop their momentum. The interactions are just not very good. The gunplay feels a little dissatisfying.
Hey, you over there! You gotta help me! Come on, man! I know you can hear me! Help me out!
Okay, hold on. Let's see. If we switch to harpoon. Are you kidding me? The precision required for some of the shots is also very annoying. There's very little forgiveness.
Shit! Thanks! There's more over here!
Did you not die? Are you kidding? Bro!
There's more of them! They're coming
I'm
from
just
over
standing here. Oh, God, that is so stupid. Shit. Oh, come on. This fight's really stupid. This feels terrible. Also, the death animation is dumb as hell. The fact that you take a hit and then you're just like,
Damn, he's gonna get mobbed.
is really stupid.
Maybe I can get the jump on him.
This whole fight feels really dumb and clumsy because, like, those guys are right there, and then I open the door, and then they're across the space. Like, this whole thing is, like, does not feel very well thought out or put together. What are you guys doing now? Why are you, like, looking in different directions than you were previously? This is all very irritating. What? What? Hey, you want to shoot some of these guys for me, bro? No, I gotta save you despite the fact that I'm being chased by everybody? Cool. I love that for me. I'm real happy that that's what's happening. Oh, for freak's sake. Wow, okay. I don't even care. I didn't realize I could axe more than one guy at a time. This fight's very on my nerves.
Damn, he's gonna get mobbed.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do.
Maybe
We're
I can
gonna
get
let
the jump
those
on
guys go so that they're not looking at me. And we're gonna open the door so that we can sneak up and get the kills. I can't even skip these cutscenes. It's very annoying.
Hey, you over there! You gotta help me!
Shut up, you dumbass.
I know you can hear me! Help me out!
missed and shot that instead. Great, I love that. Shit. Indeed. Are you... Oh, come on. Come on. What was that shot? How was that a miss? This fight is probably the least fun I've had this entire game. This is very stupid.
Maybe I can get the jump on them.
My resources are just so thin. And it's especially frustrating because the fight was fine the first time. And then they just forced me to stand next to where the enemies spawn until they were literally hitting me. I did see an extra axe over there, so I can use an axe and not lose it. That's good to know. But I'm so tired of having to go through this goddamn cutscene. I can get on you. Bro, what are you doing? Pay attention. Okay, well, at least I'm over here for the moment. Okay, that certainly helped.
Come on, man, do something! Almost got him! That was the last of them.
Jesus. What a mess that was. You better give me all this goop.
You just saved my ass. I didn't
And
think
suddenly I'm
anyone
over
would come.
here.
You're from the search team. How did you end up here?
I was looking for something.
Hey, see you later, Apple.
And what would
You have a
that
good
be?
night.
Look, it's dangerous out here. Come to my safe house so we can talk.
I'll
Lead the
see you
way.
next time.
Come on.
I'm gonna have a pretty good choice of what skill I want to pick up next, which is nice. Feeling inclined to lean towards stamina soon, I think. Because I want to be able to run more. That certainly seems to be a challenge now and then. Oh, it must be this door. Perfect. Oops. Perfect place and time to wrap up stream.
Come on in. They can't get in here. Thanks again for helping me out. I'm Sykes.
Whew.
Sebastian Castellanos.
Castellanos, huh? I've heard of you. You survived the beacon incident, right?
How do you know that?
I'm a STEM programmer, but I've got other skills too, like hacking information systems. I know all kinds of things that nobody else knows, not even other members of the team.
Then you know who Lily is?
Yeah. We're all trying to find her. Haven't had any luck though. That's why you're here, huh?
That's right. But if you can't help me with that, then we've got nothing else to discuss. Good luck.
Hey, hold on. We might still be able to help each other out.
This better be good.
Look, there's a bunch of stuff in here that you could probably use. Now you can have it for saving me out there. You want to hear my proposal? Come on back to me.
Supplies. Excellent, excellent supplies. Alright, I'm gonna deal with the mirror next time. Offline, interesting. Drink the damn coffee. Alright, we'll just give the game a quick save. Alright. And that will be that for the day. Well, we made some pretty good headway. Amidst all of the very interesting simulating conversation. But thanks all for hanging out. Thanks for stopping in. We'll be back Thursday for more of something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But for now, everybody have a good night. Hope the rest of the week is, well, better for me and good for everybody else. So I'll see y'all next time. All right. Bye.
Initiating goodnight sequence. Dispersing appropriate dosage of compound 347. Initiating phase 1 of memory calibration. This won't hurt a bit. Just close your eyes.